What is Test Kitchen? What is all the hype about? Why is there such a long waiting time? Mere piche bhi, there's a few people queuing up, and you can't get into this place just by walking in or getting a reservation. You have to come here and wait. I came here on a Wednesday, and mere se pehle there's about 7 tables that are already booked. So I have to wait a bit. Let's find out what the hype is all about. This is definitely not my first time in Karachi, but it's definitely my first time at Test Kitchen. I've been to Karachi so many times, but I've never had the opportunity to come to Test Kitchen, mainly because I used to come here for work, and when I'm obviously here for work, I cannot sit around and wait 1 or 2 hours to get into a restaurant to have lunch. But this time I'm here, I'm visiting family, I'm free, I'm not working, so hopefully I can manage to get in after waiting however long it takes. Okay, can I just say, I don't get the point of making people wait on the road. They can easily take phone reservations, and in case somebody doesn't show up, they can give it to a walk-in. But I don't get the point of just having walk-ins and then making them wait. Yeah, I've been waiting about half an hour, so I'm clearly getting a bit cranky. I'm guessing they do this for the hype because, एक restaurant के बाहर लोग queue up कर रहे हैं to get in. It adds to the whole, appeal of it, I guess. So I just checked. I still have about 2 more tables to wait. आधा घंटा होके, and there was a couple sitting here and they actually told me कि ये तो बहुत कम time है. If you come on the weekends, तो 2 घंटे भी wait करना पड़ता है. So for an Islamabadi, ये बड़ा unique experience है. Finally, after 50 minutes, which by the way is apparently not a lot in Karachi, I managed to go inside. We normally don't have to wait to go inside in restaurants. The only exception has been Xander's because it recently opened in Islamabad. But normally, we don't really have to wait. At least we don't have to wait almost an hour to go inside a restaurant in Islamabad. So this was definitely unique for me. At first glance, Test Kitchen seems like a mixture of a bakery and a cafe, or maybe perhaps a small restaurant. The decor is really minimalist. I really liked that it was very cozy. The place is really tiny and it's packed with people, which is why there was a long waiting time. I liked the vibe. It was cozy but also very noisy. This isn't me nitpicking for the sake of it. I like to give my thoughts on as many aspects of a restaurant that I can, because some people do want those details to know if a place is kid-friendly or if they can bring elderly guests here, or maybe someone has sensory issues like I do. So a little extra detail is always helpful upfront. Okay, so the way the layout is done, you actually get to see the food being prepped. And I was a little alarmed because I was only seeing bread and baked stuff all around me. I've heard so many people talk about how amazing the food is at Test Kitchen, but nobody's actually ever talked about the cuisine or what type of food they do. So guys, it's baked stuff. It's all bakery heavy stuff that they do. Pastries, buns, breads, croissants, sandwiches. Yeah, just baked stuff everywhere. And I did not know this upfront. I normally avoid ordering anything with bread when I go out to eat because I always get indigestion from bread. Not because I'm intolerant to gluten, I can eat roti just fine, but bread and I do not get along. Unless it's sourdough, which I was relieved to find on their menu that they did have some sourdough options. But I didn't really feel like having bread. It was late afternoon and I didn't really want something that was a sandwich. For me, a full meal can never be a sandwich. A sandwich is always a snack. For me, it's not a full meal. And I was surprised that 99% of the savory items at Test Kitchen on their menu were all sandwiches or things like eggs that you end up eating with bread. Except for this one gem, the beef fillet with chimol sauce. which one of their waiters helped me choose because I asked for a bread-free option. And for dessert, I ordered a pastel de nata. I hope I'm not butchering the pronunciation. I ordered this because I've heard a lot about this one particular pastry at Test Kitchen, so I really wanted to try that out. My friend ordered this item which is not on their main menu. It's a chef special and it's called the Shehzada sandwich. Yes, Shehzada. And before you start wondering if there's something royal about this prince sandwich, it's called this because the chef who came up with it was named Shehzada. Anyway, despite my initial rant about me not liking sandwiches, this looked very tempting, not gonna lie. There was beef and cheese and this really yummy looking chutney type thing at the bottom, and I kind of wanted to try it, but then I saw my food. Guys, look at this. Tell me how this doesn't look like a piece of art. I spent a few minutes just looking at it and admiring it. At this point, I wasn't even aware of how it tasted, but it already felt like paisa vasool, that is, money well spent. But oh god, it tasted even better than it looked. The beef was so tender and so juicy, it wasn't overdone at all. I don't think I've had beef this nicely done in Pakistan ever. I asked them to keep it medium temperature and it was not overcooked. They actually kept it medium. And this sauce was tomatoey with coriander and kind of reminded me of a salsa dip. I've not really tried this dish before, and later when I googled it, it's actually from El Salvador. And I can't comment on how authentic it was because I've never really had that cuisine before, but I can comment on how delicious this was and how well prepared it was. Brilliant tasting, brilliant looking dish. It absolutely won me over. And then finally my dessert arrived. Again, I've never tried this before and I'm not even a meetha person, just by the way. I'm not big on desserts. I'm very picky about when and if I'll order a dessert. But I'm happy to report that once again, this was money well spent, because what even was this? The crumbly, flaky pastry outside and the custard filling inside. What an amazing combo of texture and taste. This might just make it to my list of all-time favorite desserts. For someone who isn't even big on dessert, this was something I feel like I could eat daily and happily without complaining. Well done, Test Kitchen. For someone like me who doesn't eat bread and someone who doesn't like dessert that much, you still managed to blow me away today. That really is a huge achievement. And I can safely testify today that Test Kitchen is very appropriately hyped. Guys, I just got done. I just came outside and oh my god, the beef. I have never had beef like this in Pakistan anywhere before. When they asked me for the temperature and I said medium, medium is what I got. somehow, whenever I've had steak or any kind of beef in Islamabad, even when I ask for rare, they always overcook it. This was done to perfection, and the sauce on top was divine. It was a flavor bomb. It was so savory. All of it was so well put together. It was delicious. I would give that an 11 out of 10. Like, if you come to Test Kitchen, you have to have that beef dish. The Portuguese starch is one of their items that a lot of friends have raved about. People I know from Karachi who come here often, a lot of them recommended the Portuguese starch to me, and so I just played it safe and I ordered that, and I'm so glad I did, because I'm not normally a dessert person. I'm not big on meatha, but this was perfection. I don't have anything negative to say about Test Kitchen, other than the fact that maybe, they can do something about the reservation system. You should let people call in advance and get a seat. That's all from me for today from Test Kitchen, Karachi. Finally, I got to come here. After coming to Karachi for almost 10 years, this was my first time here. So I'm really glad I finally got to try it out. I will be visiting more restaurants in Karachi, so stay tuned for my next video, which I currently don't know what it's going to be about. So maybe it's going to be about biryani, maybe it's going to be about pasta, I don't know. You can find out by checking out this video right here.